Hey, this is Mr. Taylor with installment 5 of 5 in the exciting Not So Open House series. This one we're talking about saving the best for last. Don't tell the others. It is newspaper, so welcome. Let's get on with the presentation. And so I got some information here on the screen that I'm going to talk through. First of all, general information about newspaper staff. Obviously, we put out the newspaper. We do a print issue 6 times a year, but everything we do goes online onto haggertyjourn.com. We also do social media, Instagram, Twitter. Everybody on staff does a little bit of everything. Let's take a look at the website, see what's on it today. And we have some of our more recent stories. And so everything people do will appear on the website in these different sections, and really all sorts of different feeds. And then many of those things will go into the print issue as far as what's timely and what translates well to print. So most everything that we do, almost everything, will go here on our Ecampus page. Ecampus page still needs a little help, but we've got our links, basically coursework, the daily lesson plans. And so I click on that, and this is where if we have important announcements and things like that for the staff, they will go right here. But everything that they need to do to submit is going to be under coursework, and every time they have a story, and that will be listed under the assignments and then the modules tab. So we've got everything for the first quarter already in the assignments tab and ready to go. And getting back to the presentation there, what does that mean? You know, what do they have to do each quarter? And it's right here in the second section, the key grades. Every quarter, each staffer is going to write 3 stories, 2 recurring content pieces, 2 social media posts. That's the content they're going to produce every 9 weeks. The 3 stories are the big ones. Every story has an extra component. We call it a story child, which could be a sidebar, could be extra social media. Stories have to follow the process. They have to get a plan approved. They have to get edits on the rough. They have to get edits on the final. So each story comes with 3 or 4 grades, and they have to turn in all the parts on a time schedule to get all the credit. Recurring content pieces are new this year. Some people are writing columns, some people are doing video pieces, some people are doing more in social media, and we've looked for opportunities that both expand what we're doing and kind of cater to those things that staffers are interested in or want to learn or really just have some extra desire to do. We've everything from cartoons and art to, humorous columns, even podcasts. And so all these things are happening this year, and everybody is going to do that. Whatever their recurring content piece is, they're going to keep that going all year long, 2 times a quarter, so 8 times over the year. The social media posts hopefully relate back to either a story or a recurring content piece, and a lot of times the social media posts are going to be pointing people to go see that content, and just another way to kind of showcase what we're doing, hype up the content a little bit, and draw more readers in. Also, as part of the grade, we do have ads. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And with everything we do, including the staff grade and the ad log, staff members have to keep track of the hours they put in and what they do, and really turn in proof that they're doing the work. And that will happen once or twice a quarter, depending on what it is. Monthly staff grades could include, that's going to be after school time, which looks a little different in 2020. It might be things they can do at home. It might be things in the lab, but either way, it could be editing of other people's stories. It could be putting together stories for your section. It could be working on a page for the print issue. All of these things will count toward the monthly staff grade. So in Skyward, in general, I don't grade things until they turn them in. And if there's a blank, it just means that it hasn't happened yet. They haven't had their post due. If there's a 0, that means they're pretty late on a post, and so that's a push to make sure that that comes in. Obviously, if something misses a deadline, that will be penalized, depends on the circumstance, sometimes a little, sometimes more, but when you see that 0, it means that it's time to catch up and it's time to ask questions. There could be a number of reasons that happens, something as simple as The Google Doc didn't give me access. They forgot to click the button that says I can edit it. And so the zero's a not so nice reminder to, hey, give me access. Or it could be something more serious if you see a zero, like, hey, that story was due last week, where is it? Time commitment, we talked about a little bit on the staff log. Expectation for staffers is that are spending at least 5 hours an issue doing work to help the staff. Again, we do need people in the lab and helping out, especially when it's time for print. But we realize there's going to be a lot of different ways for people to honor that commitment this year, and it might involve, taking a lot of these things home. So as people move through the program, if you're in if you're a fourth year newspaper staff or your third year, it's different than your first year. So as you increase through the program and get bigger titles and more Roman numerals by your journalism credit, then the expectation is going to go up. So story needs, job needs, equal after school needs. Sometimes there's going to be a need for things to happen after school, and everybody's schedule is going to look a little different. All right, so if you have not yet, get Adobe Access. It's free this year. I say free because basically it was $5 a student that the account paid for, and it's so much better than what we've had in the past with just lab access. So that $5 gets you both in-school and at-home access to all the Adobe Suite programs.
May I please have your attention? It is 3 o'clock.
All right, and that's why we don't tape at 3 o'clock. So anyway, Adobe Access, get it. It's fantastic. Everything from InDesign, Photoshop, Premiere, Animate, all the Adobe software, and can be used at home. I believe that'll run through next August. So talking about A's for newspaper, and really this is our ad section, so that's what it should say. But we do have a $5,000 budget. We don't get any money from the school, and 23 staff members. So here's our 2020 plan. And because of the coronavirus and our inability to get out into the community, we are going to do more emailing and phone calling, and we're teaming up with Yearbook to really put together some, I would say, hybrid advertising options, support the yearbook and newspaper, and also the website. So people who choose one of these options will have basically advertising going in all three. And if they don't have they don't really want the advertising, they don't want that, they may just have a small donation, we'll take that too. So there's a donation button, and so those things are going to be how we kind of reach out to people this year. And so part of that communication and showing the email or talking to people on the phone will be the way to get that credit. So getting to the coronavirus section, for those at home, there are lots of things that people at home are doing and have been doing. They've been doing a fantastic job. The interviews, they can be a little harder to track down. That's going to involve Zoom, maybe contacting somebody through email, even direct message social media, and there have to be creative, staff members have to be creative to get that information. But email has probably been good for the faculty, and then texting and calling, and even direct messaging for students. Pictures, we do have a Snap app. We have some other ways to get pictures in that the yearbook's using. So if they need pictures and they're at home, we can talk about that. So with group work, the Connect group has been fantastic about communicating. They have their secret messaging society that they don't let me know about. Well, I think that I don't know about it, but they're really good at communicating, and probably newspaper class is best with the communication between the Connect group and the in-class group. So that part's going very well. But of course, if there are issues, reaching out to the editors, Zoe and Charlotte and Luke, and reaching out to me are going to be a big help. So conferences, we win lots of awards, and we celebrate at different state and national workshops. So speaking of awards, oh, there it is. It's our Silver High School Crown for Hybrid News from CSPA. Big first national award last year. And you can see all the schools across the nation, which, when you think about it, it's not really that big a list across the nation. And we were one of the schools that won that for our print and website combined last year. So pretty proud of that. And we're always excited to see awards for the students' great work. But where are we going to go claim some more awards? Hopefully at the FSPA Digital Workshop. Again, not in person. It's going to be virtual, Saturday, October 24th, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And more details are coming on that soon. That's going to be something that's going to be free. There's a per staff cost that will be covered, and students hopefully can attend and see some great national speakers, albeit virtually. So NSPA National Convention, also virtual convention, November 19th to 22nd, and maybe, just maybe, missing a day of school for virtual convention. But again, that's a huge national convention, and this is the kind of convention that usually maybe 3 or 4 people get to go to. But this time, everybody can go, and there's, again, a list of phenomenal speakers and just a lot of things going on that people are going to have access to, national contests, just really incredible things that usually you have to pay several $100s to fly and get the hotel. This year, it's right here, it's virtual, and there are a lot of silver linings to having to do this virtually. Finally, Spring FSPA at Orlando Wyndham, our probably newspaper's favorite and one that I'm a little bit involved in. April 2021, cost of $150 maybe. Are we going to get to go in person? I hope so. And so I'm looking forward to things getting back to normal, and maybe we can go to that. If you have issues, please come by after school for help, communicate, and that's what I tell everybody, and talk to me. And there are lots of ways to contact. We use GroupMe. We obviously use the chat in our WebEx. People email, and there's a really good communicating staff. And I would hate to see anybody who feels like they couldn't communicate with me or any of the other staff members. For you parents out there, email me. That's going to be the best method to reach me. And again, I answer the emails pretty quick. And if you have any questions or concerns, please, please, please let me know. Thanks for listening. And this concludes my YouTube Not So Open House broadcast series. Please like and subscribe. Oh, no, wait, you don't have to do any of that. But hopefully I'll see you in person someday. Thanks again.